Well, hello everyone, it's Liam Carson here, and we are doing another couple of episodes for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It is episode 7 and episode 8. Really enjoyed the last two episodes especially. Was I felt like they were real highlights for this season so far, because we still got a bunch of episodes to go through, but especially with the crime scene, I really loved what they did with that. As I mentioned in my thoughts section, I love it when Brooklyn Nine-Nine does an episode like that. Those, once in a blue moon scenarios where, stuff like tension can happen, kind of giving you the box vibes, I guess. It was really, really great stuff. But it was also really wonderful stuff in terms of the two-parter that I did last week. I certainly did not do anything yesterday in terms of reacting, but with episode 5, we had the return of Doug Judy, who's always a delight to see, but we also had a little twist to things with his sister, Trudy Judy, who I guess is more despicable. So, who, even Doug was a bit hurt about in regards to her betrayal, so, yeah. Why don't we get into this episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine? It's episode 7 of season 6. Let's go. Hey. Oh, is everyone having a coffee rush?
Oh my god, if you're not going slow, that means we're going fast. Are we going fast? Can anyone tell if we're going fast?
Yeah, we're going fast.
Whatsoever. I feel like we're going slow in every way whatsoever. Captain, how do you feel?
Great, excellent, amazing. I feel better than I've ever felt in a moment in my entire life.
So we're all fine?
Yep.
John Erblin, nice to meet you.
And John Erblin has just been fired.
What? I have?
Meet ya? You just abbreviated a one-syllable word.
Is this for real?
Yes. Now, clean out your desks. I removed the K so you'd understand how absurd ya sound.
Oh, Holt.
Sorry, John.
Man sitting next to me at last Saturday afternoon's screening of Ryuichi Sakamoto, Coda.
Was that man Kevin?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna help you find a new assistant. Operation Nasty is a go.
Hey, can I
Let's get Operation Nasty underway.
I don't
want to sound like a Scully here, but I think it's hopeless. Nobody could organize
Losing
this place.
battle.
Nobody.
Here's what I need. Sticky notes, 3 sizes, 10 colors, permanent markers, clickable only. I don't want caps slowing us down, and I need garbage.
Gordon, you want to come in here?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just deciding whether I should just go home. The tone and tenor of your introduction make me worry that this is a fun office, which I would not enjoy.
Not only is he on Deadpool, but also he's one of the Peter Parkers in the Spider-Verse.
Nasty sex slut.
As it was about now?
What?
Did you see him flirting with me?
No, I most definitely did not.
And you're a blind man and a prude to boot. Did you see his tie? A single Windsor. The easiest knot to undo.
Maybe he's
Why bother wearing
overthinking
clothes?
this.
I think you badly misread that interaction.
Please. He did everything but lick his lips and purr. Get rid of him. And bring me someone who can keep it in their slut.
This is fun.
Guys, you can't keep everything. That defeats the purpose.
I got this, Ames. Hello, unsolved case. Do you bring me joy? No, because you're boring and you're too hard. See ya.
See?
Personal items
See?
only,
Scully gets it.
Exhibit at the Brooklyn Museum of Industry.
Yes. That's no shame. The door was open. I think he wanted people to hear.
Yeah, well, I didn't fire him because I thought you were being crazy and I wanted to change your mind, so I called all the places he used to work.
You
he
didn't do
bad?
that before you brought him in?
What? No, you know.
No, this is just you still trying to make everything into a movie. This is the real world, Peralta. There are no spies in our midst.
He's got to embrace the movie cliches.
Oh, really? Then how come he's in this old staff photo from the 3-6?
Kelly's old precinct? You're right.
Oh.
Gordon's a honeypot.
Or a red
Right
sparrow.
next.
Buzz, little bee.
Fly into one of his own precincts to seduce a captain. It's gonna look really bad for him.
And how will we prove that?
With Operation Dragon, don't reveal
goodness.
anything. Gordon's our nemesis.
That actually
I worked
works.
so hard on that acronym.
That
You're not
actually
even gonna acknowledge
works.
it?
What the heck?
If Kelly's been communicating with Gordon, there has to be evidence on his laptop.
Yeah, but he doesn't leave his computer unattended. The barrel-making exhibit this evening?
Yes, Captain Holt, I could make time for that.
Nailed
Need a
it.
shower.
He doesn't feel
I
too
went through my
great.
desk and got...
To Munkensmat.
Munkensmat?
Sexy, right? In Munkensmat, you get rid of all personal possessions except one.
I can't do that. What, I'm just
You have
supposed to
to
get rid of
choose
my
one.
great-grandfather's shoes? He had one baby.
If that's your
This
choice.
is cruel.
Munkensmat is...
Amy, I told you about the leather yoke.
Terry, you're clinging. Munkensmat.
My turn. It's between my
Monkey
seizure medication and this fidget spinner. I think I made the right call.
Good move. Good move.
Uh-oh. I forgot that it lit up.
Oh, shh.
I made a
I could have stolen the bag and I wouldn't have noticed or cared.
Be better, Yanya.
Yanya!
Yanya.
Come on!
Okay, sir, I'm cloning the hard drive. You should only have to distract him for 3 hours. Good lord.
What?
You think you can talk about barrels for 3 hours?
Watch me.
Oh, Holt's got
Gordon,
this.
pick again
Nailed
this
it.
wine barrel from the key is that the oak was cured and shaped by Josiah's cousin Joshua, who was a cooper and not a hooper.
Are you still at the same barrel? Please move on to another one. There are so many barrels in there.
How did he...
Let's look at that barrel.
Oh, thank God.
It's
He's
a
got
dry
more
barrel
info
of
than a
valve.
Wikipedia
It was
page.
also from the 1780s. In fact,
But since we obviously don't have an archer,
I'm an archer. I have like 6 bows in my car.
Of course.
Really?
Of course. Of course. If she couldn't get any more cooler... Yeah.
Monk and smart.
have you understood until I showed him a picture of Gordon? The thought of me at a museum with that 10, he banished me to the guest room.
Oh, wow.
No,
Oh,
it's him.
it's
What does he want?
Do you think he knows
Serious.
something happened at the Barrel Museum?
Very well. I've been sent here to spy on you.
What? I am truly
Wow.
shocked.
We are both shocked.
Commissioner Cullen knows
Shocking.
I'm recruiting a team of captains to oppose him. He asked me to find out who they are.
But he's
But
just
I've
outed
decided
him.
I won't help him
Why not?
because I've fallen in love with you.
Oh,
It's
no.
truly shocking.
I fell hard.
Not surprising. It is an erotically charged atmosphere. The curve of the slats, the rivets,
Oh,
the build, the
no.
bunghole.
Okay, I'm actually starting to hear the sex talk now.
The bunghole is the least erotic part of the barrel. It's simply functional.
Sure. Bunghole, continue.
Captain, I know nothing could ever happen between us, but I care about...
I'll be honest. That's never gonna happen.
It's definitely going to
I'll just throw him
happen.
out. There.
They are setting
Take
this
your
shit
phone
up. Surely.
the deadline.
Shame!
me to help him entrap you.
What is happening?
He's triple crossing us.
Holt is listening in from that surveillance vehicle.
There we go.
Gordon,
Had
can
a
you still hear
feeling.
me?
Yes.
You are blowing this, man.
Yep. What a dick.
Operation.
Did you do something cool?
I did something very cool. While I was banished to the guest room, I flipped across one of those Thomas Cruise films on home box office, and I realized something. On a spy mission,
Movies do work.
there's always another twist. I'm saying I knew you would triple.
You named it.
Not only did I name it, Triple Dragon is an acronym. Two righteous individuals performing law enforcement directives rapidly against Gordon, our nemesis. Triple Dragon!
This is the best thing that's ever happened. I mean, not for you, obviously.
But who cares?
I didn't sleep a wink. Let's just say Kevin no longer has me in the guest room.
Nice. My two
Oh
dads.
my-
Straight smashing it. Sorry, that came out weird. Title of your sex tape. But more importantly, how did it go with
The first floor.
It's back.
Oh, it looks so much cleaner.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Don't you dare stop.
Oh, okay. Josiah's cousin Joshua was a Cooper, not a Hooper.
Oh, mama. Of course. I mean, of course. Here's the thing, though. If he heard every word of that... Oh, man. I just love it when they... yeah. It's so funny, though, because it's not like... I don't know. It's not like where some shows, okay, we'll just... You know, show them in bed and all of that, indicate, yeah, they did it. This is their own way of getting kinky and all of that. Like, especially with with how, you know, just Amy is in awe with barrels. So, same with Holt. So, yeah. That was great. Yeah, I had a feeling that Lunt was gonna triple cross him. As soon as he came out to... Holt say, yeah, I've been sent to spy on you. It was like it's something you would probably prolong for this episode. Like, yeah, I have been sent to spy on you, but I'm not going to. There was always going to be a plan. It's the perfect ruse as well, isn't it? Because of the fact that you know, you're not going to expect to see Lunt coming out with the truth. Yeah, you're not going to see that coming whatsoever. And suddenly you think you're in the ballpark, and then, of course, that happened with that meeting and all of that. But I was not expecting Holt to take the upper hand, though. So yeah, I really, really loved that so much. So yeah, but I really, really loved it. It was pretty fun stuff. This episode. So yeah, Holt had everything nailed down. In the end, ultimately, and it was really great to see. So yeah. So yeah, because this is a thing though. Holt has been under the I guess Big Brother eye. I don't know, but he has been under situations where things might not look rosy, and you can probably prolong that arc, especially with Kelly. He seems to be the, I guess, at least for this first half of things, he seems to be, I guess, the antagonist. And now we got the one-up on Holt, with the fact that he got John's confession, and ball in Holt's court. So, yeah. But yeah, I felt like there was going to be a triple cross angle. It was too good to be a double cross, like him, like with Lunt coming out saying, "Yeah, I've been sent to spy on you, etc., and it's because I've been falling in love with you." So, classic spy shit, isn't it? So, but this is not something you would expect to see coming whatsoever, and bing, bang, boom. So yeah, it was a triple cross. It was always going to be he was always going to be a triple agent. He was always going to ocelot the shit. I don't know. Metal Gear reference. Yeah. But it was going to be a triple cross at the end of the day. So yeah. But yeah, I really, really thought that it was really great stuff, in terms of Jake trying to find a candidate to replace Gina. Obviously, Lunt was not going to be going to be. I just loved it at first though, because of the fact that Holt was feeling a bit deterred with the fact that he was coming on to him. So yeah, and then obviously we were using that as a really great way to as a really, really great way to try to get the dirt on Lund, to prove that he was in cahoots with John Kelly. So yeah, but yeah, it was 3 hours though. 3 hours. I think that's more than a Wikipedia page. How? One thing for sure though, Amy approves. So there is that. But I just really, really loved it though. Like just the way that Holt was disturbed throughout the duration of the episode, in terms of having to, I guess in his mind, sell himself in order to progress things in terms of finding out Lunt's true intentions. So yeah, but it was just really, really great stuff. But yeah, as I expected, it was going to be a triple cross. So I kind of figured that they would go around, that they would delve into this angle and all of that. So about the fact that he was being puppeteered by John Kelly. So even if there were no records or anything like that, seems a bit suspicious, doesn't it? But yeah, there could be the possibility that there is, but that he's not in cahoots. But that photo, I don't know. That photo at the beginning was kind of damning, in my opinion. Especially, I think he was actually next to John Kelly. So, yeah, there's a little bit of a hook there as well. So, yeah. But yeah, it was really great stuff. It was also really great stuff in regards to this, in regards to the other side of things as well, with Amy and how she, pardon me, how she was trying to declutter everything. So yeah, it was going to be one of those episodes where okay, you gotta take away a lot of things that make you proud or brings you joy, and yeah. So now the sad thing is, though, now that the precinct is a lot more freer, all of those items that got sacrificed for nothing. But I think there does come the there does come the guilt from Amy, not just in terms of like, well, what she would probably be experiencing now that the precinct is freed up, but also the most important thing was about the suspenders, and how sentimental that is for Terry because of the fact that he was wanting to wear them on his first day as lieutenant, and he feels like that dream has been shot down. But it seems like we're reopening that situation up. And I think this time it will be a different story. I think this time he will get to wear those suspenders. So, yeah, he will get to wear those suspenders. So, yeah. But, yeah, it was just really great stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, I did I did have a feeling that Holt was going to come around to the whole spy thing, or the spy movies thing, should I say. Especially when he immediately shot down the idea, saying, it never works. It's always this kind of, like, 180 scenario, isn't it, in terms of, like, changing the perspective, and how it worked. So, and it worked in terms of screwing over John Kelly. It worked for everyone apart from John Kelly. So, yeah. I really loved that, though. It was really great stuff. From the whole flirting situation and how Holt was like a bit low-key disturbed, to Holt coming around on Jake's idea, to even Amy's stuff. It was just really great stuff. So yeah. Anyways, with that cold open actually in mind, I think I'm gonna go for round 2. So be right back. I don't know. I tried to fast forward it. Oh wait.
Cock, in fact, you know what? This isn't your week. Why don't you take a few days off?
Sweet. Have fun working, cucks.
What?
Captain, I'd like to work with Mr. Jake. I have the time. I'm 3 weeks ahead.
Heidi can no longer laugh at the phrase "broken penis," and it
oh
is
my
dream
goodness.
that we one day
the guy had it probably.
Team broken penis on 3. 1, 2, 3. Broken penis. Yeah, I probably should have seen that coming.
Yeah. Look, if he tried to sexually assault someone, then guy had it coming.
Advocate. I mean, I'm the kind of guy who thinks Catherine Bigelow should direct the next Star Wars. I've said that out loud. 2 other men.
Thank you, Mr. Haggerty. We'll be in touch.
Great, thanks. I'm gonna stand up now.
Oh my God! Ay, ay, ay!
With the department in that too. So how'd he die?
He was in a prison transport van and he got in a terrible accident. It burst into flames and he was trapped inside.
Oh shit! Oh my God!
Well, he finally did it.
Died horribly?
Escaped. Just like he said he would all those years ago.
Oh no.
I'm just like.
Can you tell us what happened?
I was working late, and he called me into his office. He had clearly been drinking, and before I knew it, he pushed me into a desk and he tried to take my clothes off. So I grabbed his stupid golf club and I hit him in the Cookie Monster, which is what he calls it.
The Cookie Monster!
He's 71 inches tall when the Disco Strangler was 76.
He shrank over time.
Is that another old person thing?
Yes, it is. Another old person thing.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a DNA match between hair on the head of this body and the Disco Strangler.
Sir, this is clearly.
But this might be
That's a
the
good thing.
perfect.
You can finally say goodbye to your nemesis.
Thanks, Sergeant. That's a nice thought for an idiot to have.
Yeah, this might be perfect in terms of him fooling Holt.
this slide.
Wait, so you're gonna let Seth get off scot-free?
Well, that money would go a long way towards the Scrooge pool. Sorry,
yeah.
ignore me. DuckTales. Ooh.
I mean, I think I have to take it.
No, you
This is
don't.
a he said, she said situation. I know how that goes down. No one's gonna convict him on my word alone. The system's as broken as Seth's dong.
No, it's...
Beautiful mouth. Have a great day.
Oh my
You know what? I'm a
boy.
police officer. Sir, you're a police officer, right?
Yeah, I'm a
Oh
detective.
my.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank God.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's why you yelled that. I thought you were just excited about your general love of younger be chiming in.
Yeah, but when one person comes forward, it inspires others to speak up. And that's a hell of a lot better than taking a deal that lets
I love the
sexual predators
subject
walk
that we're
free.
delving into.
Obviously, I get that. I'm just saying, remember that there's a very real woman here whose career and life are going to be affected by you pursuing this case. I'm just saying, consider what's best for her.
It's just that like worry that that's why she wanted to take the big sum, which is understandable, and it is very, very scary. And
You mean the woman who was thrown violently from the vehicle and just barely survived?
Yeah, I'm sure she was very badly injured.
Sorry if my voice is raspy. They just took the breathing tube out.
But they left the BS
Holy
in. Good God. Whoa. So,
Wow!
It says in my file that string. The DNA was really a match.
he was so
the
adamant.
disco strangler is actually dead. And
Probably.
that chapter of my life is forever closed. Wow. That's
Sad.
fantastic news.
Very fantastic. You can tell. You can tell.
Down the hall. Extremely professional workplace, and Seth's a really good guy. I don't think he's even ever bought a prostitute before.
Is that the minimum requirement for being a good guy these days?
Can I go? Beaver's birthday starting and a bunch of Mets are here.
I didn't realize the cop thing was in here. This is an extremely professional workplace, and Seth is a really good guy.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. I'm getting.
Yeah, we heard.
Happy birthday, Beaver.
Beaver's not my real name. They just call me that because I beefed on my first day.
Okay, but
Aww.
I don't.
That deal is now null and void. Furthermore, we are terminating her.
What?
What
we
the
have a zero tolerance policy for violence here. And unlike Miss Brennan, Mr. Haggerty has actual evidence of an assault.
He's talking about my broken penis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Seth,
we know.
we know.
Oh my goodness.
I have the evidence.
This isn't just a case for me.
Oh.
When I was a rookie at the 6'4", my captain was my first mentor.
No.
He helped me get on the detective track, and he gave me all the best cake to dinner and tried to kiss me. He said that he felt like he deserved something in return for my career. I just ran out of the restaurant, back to the office, and I put in my transfer for the 9-9.
Oh, man. Shit. Amy.
I'm so sorry. Every time I think I understand how bad it is, it's just way worse than I imagined.
This kind of stuff has happened to literally every woman I know. I just wanted to help make it better for this one woman.
Yeah. So powerful.
Okay. From one of the helicopters I had deployed. Take a gander, boys.
He's
It's him,
alive.
the disco strangler. Oh my God.
Of course
You were
he
right.
is
Of course I
alive.
was. I know him better than anyone. We're two sides of the same coin.
You've told us this story many times.
And you'll hear it again.
So we're meeting a guy named...
Thought about it for a long time and realized it was the right thing to do.
Oh,
Good.
Who would have guessed
Good.
Beaver is a secret feminist?
No, gross. I mean, it was the right thing to do for me. If they fire
Oh.
Seth, I take his job.
Oh, so
Well,
this is
we got
okay.
what we
Whatever.
needed here,
Fine.
So I think we're
Okay.
gonna leave
Wow.
before you ruin the moment any further.
Sweet. I'll send it to you. Thanks for the promotion, narcs.
Gray skin. If you encounter him, keep your distance.
All due respect, sir. Seems like a lot of manpower to take down one sweet-looking old man.
Oh, he's sweet, all right. Sweet as poison pie.
Yeah, don't underestimate.
Yeah.
I know 28 other people.
You
who
were
did that.
never
They
there
all
to
know
hear the
those children
story.
from the throats.
So you were listening? Yeah, we were saying that all along.
You out because that's illegal.
No, they're not. But the whole atmosphere here has changed. Everybody looks at me like I'm either a victim or a traitor.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not even on any of the non-work group texts. And last night, Beaver
Everyone's
invited
not-
everybody
yeah.
over for whiskey and cigars, and I wasn't included.
Well, I mean,
Everyone
is
just
not
doesn't
hanging
wanna-
out with Beaver really
yeah.
a punishment?
Me. And I'm really proud of myself that I didn't let him get away with that. So, even though it sucks, if I had to do it all again, I would.
It just
Especially
does.
the broken penis.
Why'd she say that to me?
Wow.
You haven't changed a bit.
Neither have you, Ernest.
What?
Neither have you, Ernest.
What?
Neither have you, Ernest. This is hard to watch.
This is hard to watch.
Devious as ever.
This isn't the last you'll hear from me, Raymond.
It
I'm
might
gonna
be.
die.
Sure you won't. Whatever makes you feel better.
No, you're the punk.
Just
Yeah.
put him in the car.
this is not as great as it planned, as he hoped to be.
Congratulate me about.
Amy's just upset because the historically entrenched patriarchy has created a culture of victim shaming that suppresses any power shift in our masculophallic system. I couldn't sleep last night, so I watched a documentary on Netflix about feminism.
I love you. Just sucks that she came forward to report an assault because she was inspired by Carrie, which is exactly what you said would happen. 2 steps forward, 1 step back is still 1 step forward.
Yeah.
You want to take our statement together?
Small
it,
steps.
sister.
Yeah, don't do that.
We can be different and still have the same cause.
Wow, that was a really, really powerful episode. Again, when Brooklyn does these episodes, yeah. And it was really, really heartbreaking. Just because of the fact that women do have it difficult, and it's one of those occasions in Brooklyn Nine-Nine where they do adapt reality to their show, and they do it really, really well. Like as Rosa said at the end, 2 steps forward and a step back is still a step forward. It's not all glorious with the fact that she had to quit. She felt like she had to quit her job, but at the end of the day, she also gave that push to other women who were assaulted. So, and yeah. It was just really, really powerful stuff, though. Yeah. Oh. So, yeah, that was a really, really solid episode for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Great 2 episodes, but it was also I felt like with this episode it was just really, 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 really powerful. So yeah. Oy. Yeah, I mean, it just really crushed your heart with, obviously we started on, okay, we will gather all of the evidence in terms of what happened and all of that, but when you get the report that Carrie was sexually assaulted, yeah, you couldn't blame her for trying to act in self-defense because, yeah. And it's just really, really sad because of how, I mean, again, like I said, this episode does what Brooklyn Nine-Nine does best at times. I mean, obviously, other best features include some of the comedy and some of the acting, but the one I'm talking about in particular is real life stories and adapting them into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Because it's so true. And I really liked a lot of the aspects about this episode, like more so focused on, I guess, the A story, because I did love the B story, but obviously the main focus was the sexual assault case, and there was a lot of aspects that I loved, whether it was told really, really well, or like even little bits like Holt dismissing Hitchcock. I felt that was very, very perfect, given what Hitchcock is like. So, I felt like that was a perfect, over the course of the episode, I think there comes that thought that, you know what, that was probably the best move you could actually make for this kind of episode. So, yeah, and yeah, there were just so many great moments, so many powerful moments from that from the A story. Because it wasn't just how impactful it was, and how you know, you just felt so much for Kerry, for Amy, but also you know, for us as well, all the women out there who have sadly gone through this experience, because like I said, it does adapt from real life scenarios. And it was just very, very powerful because yeah, with Amy, she there was that strong motivation to help Kerry out, not just in terms of helping every woman out there who has sadly been assaulted, but also for herself as well. And yeah, I mean, I did have that feeling when she was about to detail her own experiences. I did have a feeling she was going to go into that story, and you know, I was, you know, just thinking no, because of the fact that I had hoped not. I had hoped that she, you know, sadly did not go through this. But you know, it's a situation that a lot of women go through, and it's just really, really heartbreaking. So, I mean, you even had those like little clips in terms of like the differences between Jake's reception and Amy's reception, like especially with the fact that that guy didn't even consider the idea that Amy was a cop, and it's just very heartbreaking. The, you know, the sexist remarks and all of that shit. The fact that there is a reception for one for a guy, and then there is a completely different toxic reception to Amy, to women. So yeah, but I also got to give props to Jake as well, because I mean, the way that he was listening to Amy's story was just, yeah, the way he reacted as well was just really, really amazing. So, and not just that though, but the fact that he also did his research as well. And you know, he watched a documentary about feminism, and you know, that tangent that he went on towards the end of the episode, yeah, was great. It was just really, really wonderful. And you know, just talking about like this, you know, how the episode played out and all of that, it's, yeah, it's actually, yeah, it does make me emotional, because you do feel, like I said, it's a situation that is true to life, and it's just really sad. Like, even when Seth was when the evidence, I because that's it though, I had a feeling like Seth was guilty for what he did, that he did assault Kerry, even when they did when Steve did come forward about the information. Not only was it still damning for Kerry at the end of the day, because of the fact that she still felt like she had to quit. But it wasn't even like Steve did this because it was the right thing to do. It was because it was beneficial to him. And that just, you know, that makes it worse, really, because he's not looking out for someone who got assaulted. He's looking out for himself, really. Yeah, that's it. He's not looking out for Kerry, who went through a really, really horrific time. He's just like, you know what? If this gets me on top of the food chain, fine by me. So he's not even considering her feelings whatsoever. And when they were interviewing and they were being very rebellious and all of that, you just kind of had a bit of a feeling when they were trying to defend Seth and all of that, that, yeah, I feel like, Kerry's being thrown under the bus, because that's it though. There will be a lot of scenarios where people like Kerry, who they will be silenced, no matter what. Like even the bribe as well, the hush money, should I say? That was an act to keep her to keep her quiet, and yeah, so it just sucks that she still had to leave. Like no one batted an eye to her. Like after everything was done, after Seth was guilty, no one wanted to bat an eye to her. It was like, well, we can't even look at you in the same light anymore. And it's just heartbreaking because of the fact that she's getting that reception. She didn't even do anything wrong, and that's it. But that's the sad thing about women who do go through these experiences. They can't speak up because there will be detrimental effects, whether they are cut out of the social circle, whether they get fired, whether someone tries to rally enough people to be against someone who went through that experience. There is just this suppression, and it's just heartbreaking. So, yeah. But I did like the differences we got. Like, I felt like it was very, very great to have a different perspective from a woman as well. Like when we had that like Amy Rosa situation where Rosa was just thinking about her future, and yeah, obviously there was layers to Amy trying to, like, she even stayed up all night, and there were layers, of course, but I felt like it was really, really, great, I guess, to have that moment between Rosa and Amy, because it's just because she's she's pointing out the harsh situation in regards to how this might not be the worst thing, and it's really, really sad. And it was really, really great for Amy to keep going, because as Rosa said at the very end, 2 steps forward and a step back is still a step forward. It's still small little steps, and yeah, even if we keep adapting that method, it's still something if we can inspire someone to speak out who otherwise would feel suppressed. So yeah, so I really felt like this was a very powerful episode, and an episode that I really, really did cherish, because it's another situation where you do feel so bad for women who do feel suppressed, and feel like they can't have a voice, and that was Kerry. So yeah, and yeah, so it was really, really powerful stuff, that side of things. And I guess that's why I really really loved the Hull and the Disco Strangler situation, to kind of take the lever, to kind of give you a little bit of a laughter, I guess, because I mean that was a very, very deep episode, but it was just really, really powerful. So there was that little bit of fun exaggeration from Hull as well. I had the feeling that the Disco Strangler was always gonna be alive, surely. Even if the evidence was damning, like there's gonna be one unsolved crumb. Like when Hull was making a mention about Well, maybe I am reliving my glory days. Yeah, there had to be one crumb. And the way that he just exaggerated the situation because he, deemed him the most dangerous man. Like, he's old as shit. And, yeah, he is not as dangerous as he used to be anymore, but he's still crafty. He's still crafty. So, but it also gives Holt a little bit of an idea, I guess, in terms of like him trying to relive his glory days. And if the Disco Strangler can still pull some shenanigans despite the more vulnerable state that he's in, then nothing can stop Holt. So I was low-key thinking this is with the way that Holt is just wanting this to be like, even if all of the evidence is stacking against the fact that this is not the Disco Strangler, like he's like this is not his usual shtick, he's actually dead. Holt wants it to happen. It's a Batman Joker situation. Without Batman, there is no punchline. Yeah, and it's this whole dynamic. You can't have one without the other. So yeah, and that's what I was just thinking throughout this episode. They are really going for this, for this vibe. So yeah. But it was a nice kind of levity to a heavy episode because yeah. And again, it's another episode that really pushes into these deep layers in a well done manner that really has me emotional. Because you do feel, because that's it though. With Brooklyn Nine-Nine, they do manage to adapt real life scenarios and turn it into a really well executed, authentic experience. Because yeah, like Moo Moo and how that is, how sadly true that is to reality. It's the same with this episode where it's sad with how many women get suppressed, how many women go through that assault, and just how silent, just how they have to they feel they have to be silent because there is such this oppression on them, and it's just heartbreaking. So and like I said, I'm really, really glad that they did certain things. Like Hitchcock doesn't need to be in the episode. That was probably for the best. No, that wasn't probably. That was definitely for the best. But also Jake in terms of how attentive and caring he was for Amy. So, especially when she detailed her experiences. So yeah, it was a really, really well done, well executed episode. So yeah, episodes 9 and 10 are next for Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But yeah, really great stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed these reactions. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!